Welcome, everyone. This is Series 177, lucky 177, we hope. Great to have you with us. We just had a big upset. We saw the Browns upset the Red Sox, and we got two more teams for you this time around as we present another historical baseball matchup using Out of the Park Baseball 21. And we don't always get the most glamorous teams. That's what the random matchup creates sometimes, is teams that maybe aren't the most glamorous and the most famous, but that doesn't mean that you won't get a great series. And sometimes it's those series and teams that really surprise. And 177 is going to pit the Padres and the Pirates against each other. Two losing records, but still ready to play baseball. So let's go ahead and introduce these teams to you. Of course, the Padres started in 1969, and by 1971, they still were getting used to the league and not very good. They actually lost 100 games on the last day of the season, while they lost to the Giants and finished sixth in the NL West, last place. They were led by Preston Gomez. I think we've seen the 69 team already. Now it's the 1971 team's turn. And looking at their team, you can see there Nate Colbert still leading here with 27 home runs and 84 RBI. He struck out 119 times, hit 264. Going from there, Cito Gaston, 228. Never really could get that average up, but he hit 17 home runs and 61 RBIs. Of course, would go on to become an outstanding manager. And Ollie Brown, if I remember correctly, he starred when the 1969 Padres were playing, and we have him back again at 273. He had 9 homers and 55 RBIs. We'll see if his great play on Out of the Park Baseball can continue. We got Laurent Lee, a 273 left-handed hitter in left field. Ed Spezio at 231 struggled a bit at third base. Enzo Hernandez, 222. Don Mason, only 212 with 2 home runs in his season. And Bob Barden, the catcher, hit 250 with 23 RBI. So offensive struggles, to say the least, of course, for this Padre team. Hernandez did steal 21 bases. Dave Campbell also played in 108 games, as Larry Stahl hit 253. He played in 114 games. But again, as we mentioned, hitting a big issue for this ball club. Pitching-wise, actually not too bad. Dave Roberts, 14 wins for this team is something. He lost 17, a 2.10 ERA, outstanding. 2 shutouts. He only walked 61 batters in almost 270 innings. Impeccable control. 135 men struck out, and Clay Kirby struck out 231 in 267 innings at 23 years old. Kirby was throwing darts. He had a 283. So Roberts and Kirby, very good as starters. Steve Arlen, 9-19, a rough luck year for him, even though his numbers aren't too bad either. He actually had 4 shutouts and did very well for his part. Tom Phoebus, 3-11 for 446 in his 21 starts, and Fred Norman in 18 starts had a good ERA at 3.32. And the pen here, Al Severinsen, Bob Miller, and Dick Kelly all had parts in some saves. The team ERA, though, at 3.22, very good. Probably one of the best team ERAs for a team that won 100, or a team that lost 100 games in baseball history. So no hitting, some pitching here for this club. The 71 Padres will be interesting to see what happens with them. Their opponents from 2002, led by Lloyd McClendon, are the Pittsburgh Pirates, 72-89. They also struggled, 4th in the NL Central. Not quite the McCutcheon years where they were much better, but they still had some names you might remember. Jason Kendall, a very good all-star catcher. He hit 283, drove in 44, and stole 15 bases for a catcher. Very good for Kendall. You can see here Pokey Reese at 264, 50 RBIs for him, 12 steals. And Brian Giles, the best hitter on this team, 298, 103 RBIs, and 38 long ones. Brian Giles at 31 years old really had a nice year, stole 15 bases for this team. Aramis Ramirez, before he was a Cub, at 24 years old, 234 for him, 18 home runs, 71 RBIs. Jack Wilson would have a nice career in Pittsburgh. He's on this team. You see here Kevin Young at first base, only 246, struck out 101 times, 16 long ones for him. And Craig Wilson, 264, 16 home runs, 57 RBIs for the right fielder. Rob McCoyak, a good player off the bench, although he did strike out quite a bit. his 16 home runs and 48 RBIs and 9 steals. Pretty good. And if I remember correctly, he did walk off my Cubs on a home run during this season, but that's a different story. Abraham Nunez here. So some talent, but definitely Brian Giles, the star of this hitting team. Looking at the pitching, not as strong. Kip Wells, 12 and 14 with a 358, almost 200 innings. Not a bad year for Wells. He struck out 134, only walked 71. He did pretty good, had a shutout. Josh Fogg, 12 and 12, his mediocre season, for the most part, his mediocre career, a 4.35 ERA for him. Not too shabby. Jimmy Anderson, ERA, he kind of struggled. He was 8 and 13 in his 25 starts and allowed 20 home runs. Fogg allowing 28, which is quite a bit. Chris Benson, 9 and 6, 470 for him. He was pretty good during his short career. Brian Meadows is here, and the closer, very good. Mike Williams, 46 saves, almost a Pirates record. Basically, every time Williams took the mound this season, he closed the door. So it'll be fun to watch him out there. Joe Beamel as well, part of this team. Michael Lincoln, some of the other players you'll see. But Williams, the star out of the pen. And the pitching, average, although some good arms, some young arms, all pitchers in their mid-20s. So there you have it. The Pirates, of course, struggled a bit under Lloyd McClendon, but they get a good draw. They're drawn against these 71 Padres. So I expect actually some good pitching in this series and see where things go. I'd be surprised if we got a lot of runs with the lack of offense these teams have. Brian Giles a chance to shine. We'll see what happens. So a best of 7. PNC Park will host the opening 2 games before we head out to beautiful San Diego for the middle portion of the series. If we keep going and we get deep, we'll make it back to Pittsburgh. So we are ready to roll. Series 177. I hope it's a lucky one. Once again, it's the 2002 Pittsburgh Pirates against the 1971 San Diego Padres. We are glad you are with us. Looking at Game 1, we have Dave Roberts, who had an outstanding year for the Padres, against Kip Wells to open things up. So we'll head out here to beautiful PNC Park for Game 1. Strap it in, fasten the seatbelts. Hopefully we'll have a good series for you. Let's get started now with Game 1 of this best of 7. Part, here we go. And we have Enzo Hernandez up against Kip Wells. This one's popped up, so should be playable out there in right field. And it is. So this best of 7 series has started off. Bottom of the first now, we have runners on first and second for Aramis Ramirez. And Ramirez will take one just outside, so the bases will be loaded here for the Pirates. And Jason Kendall, the catcher, with a big chance. He grounds one to third. Play made in time, however, and the Padres get out of it. So the Pirates leave the bases loaded. We move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 on here for Ramirez again. And this one's popped up, so that should be easy on the infield. For the 6th we go, still a scoreless game. Dave Campbell at the plate, nobody out. Wells delivers, who's been pitching very well. And this one's lined to center field way back there, and it is off the wall. So Campbell's going to have a double here to lead off the 6th inning. And now Campbell moves to 3rd with only 1 out, and Hernandez has a chance. He grounds to 3rd, however, that play will be made at 1st, so the runner will hold on 3rd base. And it's going to be up to Ollie Brown now to come through. Brown goes to short, but a play is made there. Wilson's got it, and our scoreless game continues here in game 1. Top of the 7th. Larry Stahl is our hitter against Kip Wells. And there's a walk, so the Padres open up the 7th with a man on. And Cito Gaston will maybe move him along. Let's see how that goes. And Gaston lines one to left, a base hit. So 2 on here with nobody out for the Padres in the 7th inning. And Nate Colbert has a big chance here against Kip Wells. It says popped up, however, the second baseman will get there, so that's the first out. And that's Spezio now the hitter. Spezio will also pop it up. That shouldn't be a problem. It is caught out there by Makowiak. And 2 outs now for Bob Barden. We're still waiting for someone to get a big hit. And there's a line drive, and that gets down. So a runner's going to score, and the Padres take the lead here. 1-0 in the 7th inning, thanks to the Barden RBI single. We asked for a big hit. We got it. And now Dave Campbell with a chance to do some damage. Campbell lines it. This one's going to be caught, however, right to Makowiak, but the Padres take a 1-0 lead. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Makowiak facing Roberts. Roberts strikes him out. To the bottom of the 8th now. Dick Kelly has come in to pitch against Brian Giles. A 1-0 tight ball game. And this one's hit to second. Plays made there. So what a defensive and pitching performance here by the Padres in the opening game. With 2 outs now, it is Aramis Ramirez. And Ramirez will line a single to center field. So the Ram comes through here with 2 outs. Trying to get something going for the Pirates. Jason Kendall coming in now. Dick Kelly the pitcher. But there's a strikeout. Nothing doing for the home team. We move to the 9th inning. 1-0. Nate Colbert is our hitter. Colbert lines a single to center field with 1 out. And now on second base with 2 outs, Bob Barden, who looking to build some insurance for his team, and he lines a single to right field. Barden comes through with a hit, and it is now 2-0 San Diego. And we move to the bottom of the 9th. The Padres looking for the shutout. Severinsen is the pitcher. And here's a ground ball to short. That'll be playable. So there's the first out of the 9th inning. With 2 outs, it is Kevin Young pinch hitting. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, that's it. These San Diego Padres impressed greatly here in the opening game. They shut out the Pirates on their home field 2-0. A great game of baseball, but they get it done. Great defense, great pitching. Outstanding. Dave Roberts, 7 strong innings. He struck out 8 and allowed nothing. The bullpen came in then and did the job. Severinsen gets the save with a good 9th inning. Kip Wells had pitched well, but it just didn't pan out for him. He got 0 support from his offense today. Bob Barden, 2 for 4 for the losing side, but he drove in both runs. He's the hero of the moment, as well as Roberts, who was just pinpoint awesome today at PNC Park. What an opening game. The Padres stud again. They've been quite an impressive team for us in our series, and they continue now with a good win in Game 1. So now, can the Pirates answer? They'll send Josh Fogg to the mound, hoping their offense can wake up above anything else, and Steve Arlen will take the mound for the surprising Padres. They want to make it 2 in a row before they head to the West Coast. Let's see if they can do it. Game 2 after an exciting Game 1 is on tap now. Let's head out to PNC Park. Here we go, Game 2. We're already in the 3rd inning. Josh Fogg, pitcher. Samuel Hernandez, who goes past the 3rd baseman Ramirez, and Hernandez now will make it to 2nd with a double here in the 3rd inning. The Pirates yet to have a lead or score a run in this series. Hernandez makes it to third now with nobody out and Ollie Brown at the plate. And Ollie Brown comes through, base hit. It's 1-0 Padres here in the third inning. Brown with an RBI. And Nate Colbert, the next hitter. Colbert goes deep to left field to the wall. Home run, Colbert. Two-run shot for Colbert over the left field wall off of Josh Fogg. 450-plus feet. Great power shown there, and it is now 3-0 San Diego. Fogg now delivers to Barden, who also goes down the line with a man on. Runner's going to round third. It is going to be 4-0 San Diego. Barden with a triple. We move to the sixth inning. It is 5-0. And the Padres aren't done yet. Cito Gaston, the hitter. Now Ron Vallone is coming to pitch. And there's a shot up against the wall. It's going to score two more Padres. It is now going to be a triple for Cito Gaston. 7-0. Can you believe what is transpiring here at PNC Park? The Pirates have yet to score a single run. Finally, they got a threat here, but it's 8-0. Jason Kendall at the plate. He flies one out here to right. That ball's going to drop. So the Pirates now have the bases loaded with two outs. And it's Adam Hidzu who's at the plate here against Steve Arlen. And he strikes out, believe it or not, leaving the bases full and a big 0 on the scoreboard. To the seventh we go. 2 on here for Makowiak. 1 out. And there's a walk, so the Pirates will load the bases here. Another big chance. Giles is the hitter against Hey Franklin. And there's a walk, so the Pirates finally break the ice and get on the board. They walk in a run here in the seventh. And Craig Wilson now the hitter. Wilson will go deep to left. That's hit well to the wall. Goodbye. Grand slam. Craig Wilson making it 8-5. Good night and good morning to the Pirates who finally woken up. Wilson with a grand slam. It is now 8-5. And with a man on, here's Kendall. Kendall lines a single up the middle, so the Pirates have waken up in a big way. With 1 out, they're going to bring the tying run to the plate. It's Hidzu again, and he pops it up. That won't get it done. Going to be caught there in right field, so 2 outs, 2 on. And Jack Wilson, the shortstop, at the plate. Wilson will hit it to short. Play will be made there. So the seventh inning is over. 8-5 the score. To the bottom of the eighth we go. Makowiak up here with 2 outs and a full count. He lines one now to left. That'll go all the way to the wall. So Makowiak is going to make it in the second here in the eighth inning with 2 down. Fans trying to spur on their team here. But we move to the ninth. Still 8-5. Bob Barden the hitter. And Barden watches that one go past the catcher, and a runner will advance. Kendall making it to second. We're in the bottom of the ninth now. And the tying run up again. It's Hidzu, who's had a bunch of opportunities but hasn't been able to cash in. Let's see what he does against Severinsen. Got the save in game 1. Here's a ground ball to short. Play at second. Relay to first. Good night. Padres win 9-5, a 6-4-3 double play. And San Diego has won both games here at PNC Park. Stunning the Pirates. I don't know what it's been lately, but these underdog teams are just playing great baseball. And the 100-loss Padres win both games on the road. Steve Arlen, he'll get the win. Bob Barden, what a series he's putting together. 4 for 5, 2 doubles in this one, 2 RBI. Wilson, of course, had that grand slam, but it wouldn't be enough. That 5-run seventh inning, all of that would be generated by the Pirates. 16 hits for the Padres. Fogg takes the loss. Colbert also went deep. And that is the wrap of the opening 2 in Pittsburgh. And now we head to San Diego, folks. And this series already looks like a shocker. Let's see if the Padres can keep it going. Clay Kirby will take the mound against Chris Benson as now the Pirates start to get desperate. Maybe playing on the road will help them. Who knows? But either way, it has been all San Diego after the first 2. So getting ready for the change in scenery and see if the Pirates can turn their fortunes around. Game number 3 coming up from San Diego Stadium. Let's go there live as the enthusiastic Padres now continue to keep rolling. We go now from San Diego. It is game number 3, and we got Pokey reset. Some Clay Kirby. Beautiful San Diego weather, and there's a strikeout for Kirby. To start this game, we move to the second now. Colbert, who hammered one in game 2, he's up there, and he whips one down the line here in left. The Pirates in trouble again. Second and third here, and these Padre fans got to be loving it. Here's Ed Spezio, still nobody out. Spezio lines a single to left field. 1 run in. 1-0 Padres. Here they come again. 2-0 to the fourth. Here's Craig Wilson with the man on second. 1 out. And this one's hit deep and hard and way back and out of here. Home run for Wilson to tie this game. Way out there in left field. It is now 2-2. So Makowiak now up against Kirby here. Nobody out. 3-0 pitch. There's ball 4. So the Pirates looking for their first lead of the series if they can get it, but it won't come in the 6th. Ollie Brown now hitting for the home team against Benson. This one's drilled hard and hooking to the corner. Home run, Ollie Brown, and the Padres take the lead. 3-2. Brown with a low line drive like a rope goes over the fence. Chris Benson lets it up. And in the 6th, now it's 3-2 Padres. To the 7th, Jack Wilson back up there. And Wilson will go down the line. That's a fair ball with 2 outs. So the Pirates looking to come back here and maybe tie this up. Sliding in the 2nd there. Wilson makes it a 2-out double. And Kevin Young come through here. Kelly delivers. This is to 3rd, but a play is going to be made. And the Padres hold on to their 1-run lead. To the 8th inning. Pokey Reese, the hitter. Gary Ross pitching now. And Reese goes to short. Easy play there. 1 out now for Brian Giles. Giles will hit it hard and deep the opposite field, but it is caught. Nice catch back there. Stahl makes it. 2 outs for Craig Wilson. Wilson goes to 3rd. Play at 2nd. Nice catch. Inning over. 3-2 lead here for the Padres as they look to win again. Top of the 9th. Here's that man again. Severinsen looking for yet another save. Aramis Ramirez the hitter. Hit to shortstop. Nice play there. The Padres continue to play well here. 2-2 now to Jason Kendall. Line drive center field base hit for the Pirate catcher. His due now to hitter, and he takes a walk, so we have runners on 1st and 2nd. Bases loaded here, a big spot now. Finally, can the Pirates turn it around? Abraham Nunez, the pinch hitter. He hits it on a little tapper. That'll be at the mound for 1. Relay to 1st. Not in time, but they saved the tying run. What a play by the pitcher there. And now with 2 outs, it's all up to Pokey Reese. 3-2 game. Let's see if Reese keeps it alive here for Pittsburgh. Ground ball to 1st. It's in the hands of the first baseman, Colbert. Unassisted. San Diego celebrating. They've won the first 3 games of this series. Unbelievable is the understatement I can only say. 3-0. 100-loss Padre team is stunning the Pirates. They beat them 3-2. Clay Kirby pitching well, striking out 6. He gets the win. Benson the loss. Craig Wilson 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Not nearly enough. And Severinsen his 3rd save of the series in 3 games. And Ollie Brown, the home run in the 6th inning. That turned this game on its head and made it another Padre victory. And folks, would you bet against them to sweep it? I would not. They look extremely strong, much like we saw a series earlier. The Browns doing it to the Red Sox. It is now the Padres stunning the Pirates here and moving along here to Game 4. They have a chance to end it all. David Williams will take the mound for the Pirates, who are down by 3 games against Tom Phoebus. And the fans now getting to the ballpark early, hoping to see a Padre sweep. So let's see now what happens. Can San Diego end this series? It is 3-0 in favor of the Padres. Let's head out to San Diego Stadium and see what the final chapter will be. Or will the Pirates finally show some fight? Let's get to the action of Game 4. Pokey Reese now up against Phoebus. And this one's lying center field. It's going to be caught by Gaston. A very nice play in center field. To the 3rd inning, Makowiak up with a man on. Phoebus delivers. This ball's hit hard and deep to center field. To the wall. It's going to drop in there. Makowiak with extra bases. We got a runner now on 3rd, holding up, and it's 2nd and 3rd for Brian Giles. Giles strikes out. He's late on that one on the Pirates. Strand 2 batters. We move to the bottom of the 3rd. Bases loaded. Nobody out for Cito Gaston. Mike Lincoln delivers. This one's hit to center field. Should be deep enough to score the first run of the game. Here comes the runner. Hernandez scores, and it's 1-0 Padres as they take the lead here for the 4th inning. Hernandez up with a man on 3rd, 2 outs. This ball gets away. It's a wild pitch. Campbell's going to score. 2-0 Padres. The series completely going the way of San Diego. Here's Ed Spezio in the 5th inning facing Sean Lowe. And this one's drilled deep to left field. Looking up. Goodbye. Home run. Spezio. 3-0 now. Padres as they inch closer here to sweeping this series. To the 7th we go. Cito Gaston now facing Joe Bemo. 1 out. And Gaston gets a hold of one. Deep to left. 4-zip Padres. Big home run by Gaston. He doesn't always show the power, but everything going right for the Padres. We move to the 8th inning, 5-0. Jay Franklin now ready to try to close this out. There's a shot by Makowiak, who's been playing well. He splits the gap. 1 run in, 2 runs score, and it is 5-2 now as the Pirates get on the board. Makowiak on 2nd with Craig Wilson up. And Wilson's going to line this one. That ball's up against the wall. Runner going to score. 5-3 now. The Pirates get 3 runs here in the 8th. They're putting together a rally. Mike Caldwell has come in to pitch for the Padres, and Ramos Ramirez at the plate. And Ramirez goes deep to center field. That's over the head of the center fielder. He misplayed it. Ramirez in at 2nd, and it's 5-4. A mistake there by the center fielder, Cito Gaston. And now Jason Kendall has a chance to tie this game or better. Sandorini has come in to pitch. This ball's drilled to right field. It is caught. So that's the 2nd out here in the 8th inning. Still a 1-run game. And Adam Hitzu at the plate. And he lines a single to right. Will they send the runner? Ramirez will hold up at third. But he scores eventually, and yes, sir, the Pirates have come all the way back to tie this game. Here's Jack Wilson with 2 outs, and he lines one to third, but a great play there by Spezio, and the game remains tied at 5. Sauerbeck now to pitch for the Pirates, 8th inning. Brown will rip a 1-out single here to the left field, and he's got good speed. Here's Nate Colbert. Colbert strikes out, however, he missed that sinker. So 2 outs for Cito Gaston, trying to make amends for that play in center field, but he strikes out. But we move to the 9th, all tied at 5. Abraham Nunez, the hitter. Good fight back here by the Pirates. This one's lifted to the left field, should be caught. It is. And Pokey Reese, the hitter. Reese 0 for 3. And there's a mistake by the catcher, and Reese is going to make it to second base. A little tapper in front of the mound. An error by Barden. And Reese makes it to second. So here's a break for the Pirates. Makowiak up, who's been red hot. And he lines this one to center, but that should be caught by Gaston. He's up against the track. Reese will make it to third now. So with 2 outs, Giles has a man on third base. Danny Coombs, the pitcher, and Giles walks. So we got runners on the corners for Craig Wilson. Wilson takes a borderline pitch. The Padres wanted that one. They don't get it. Base is loaded here for Aramis Ramirez. Danny Coombs in a big spot. And this is drilled. It is going to drop for a hit in left field. So the Pirates take their first lead of the series, 6-5. Here in the 9th inning of Game 4. Let's see if Kendall can break it open. He hits it to center field. Gaston has a beat on it. He'll get it, but they do get a run. It's 6-5 now. We move to the bottom of the 9th. And here's Mike Williams for his first appearance of this series against Larry Stahl. Williams gets him with a slider. He strikes him out. 1 out now for Spezio. He hits it back to the mound. Williams makes a throw, but he makes a bad one. And the tying run on base after an error. Here's Dave Campbell. He puts down a bunt. It's a good one. They make the play at first, so the Padres have the tying run at second. Bob Barden, who's had a great series at the plate. And we got Williams trying to close the door. There it is, strike 3. The Pirates avoid the sweep. And you gotta give them credit. They fought back in this one after they were down 5-0. And they score 6 runs to hopefully for them give them a fighting chance. Phoebe is the loser. Actually, he didn't lose, but he definitely didn't get the win, even though he pitched well with 7 strikeouts. Spezio 2 for 4. And Aramis Ramirez 2 for 5, a double, 2 RBIs, a run. You can see the rally there in the 8th and 9th inning by the Pirates. They put 5 up in the 8th and a run in the 9th to give them a 6-5 advantage. It all looked good for the Padres. They needed 6 outs to end the series, but they couldn't do it, and they end up taking the loss. Williams with the save. Sauerbeck gets the win. And is there life now in this Pittsburgh team? That is the real question. We move now to game number 5. And it's a repeat here of game 1. Kip Wells is going to be the pitcher against Dave Roberts for game 5. And we'll see now, can the Padres close it out? The Pirates really make things interesting and force it to go back to Pittsburgh. It's definitely a game the Pirates want to get. They don't want to be playing road baseball and be forced to win away from home. So this is a more crucial game than you might think for the series as a whole. Of course, the Pirates fighting for their lives, but they did fight back for an impressive game 4 win. So let's see if Kip Wells can do it for them. Heading out to the final game in San Diego, will the Padres be celebrating, or can the Pirates continue their comeback? Let's go to live to game number 5. Here's Pokey Reese against Dave Roberts. Again, it's a rematch of the Game 1 pitching matchup. And this one's drilled to right field, but should be caught. Hit hard, however. Back there near the track is Allen Brown. We move bottom of the first. Here's Cito Gaston with a man on. And Gaston puts a charge into one deep to center field. Where did the power come from for Cito Gaston? A 2-run bomb. 2-0 Padres. Bottom third, it's 3-0 now. Larry Stahl's the hitter. Wells delivers, and Stahl's gonna go deep as well. 4-0 now. The Padres seem like they want to end this tonight. Kip Wells does not have his best stuff, and it's 4-zip. We move to the 8th, fans. Bases loaded here by the Pirates. They really need something now. Rob Makowiak up with 2 outs, and he hits it past the second baseman. That'll score a run. So Makowiak with a 2-run single, making it 4-2. And that's a big hit. So now Brian Giles up there with 2 outs against Severinsen, and he pops it up. That's a big out. The inning over. The Pirates pick up 2. We move to the bottom of the 8th. Ollie Brown, the hitter, against Brian Boringer. And Brown's going to line a single to center field here with 1 out. He continues a good series. And the ball gets away, and right there, Brown's going to make it to second on the error. But we'll move to the top of the 9th. This is it now. Severinsen facing Jason Kendall. Can the Pirates find a way? This is hit hard to center field, but it is caught. Gasper's there. And there's your celebrations. This game is over. This series is over. The 1971 Padres do it. They upset the Pirates in 6 games, winning game number 5, 4-2, and celebrating on their home field. They did it in 5 games, fans. Dave Roberts, 7 strong innings, 7 strikeouts. He gets the win. Severinsen, 4 saves. He saved every one of the Padre wins. Stahl, 2 for 3 with a home run. And Kip Wells just didn't have his best stuff. He takes the loss, his second loss of the series. And that is a wrap. 4 hits only for the Padres. And it was Gaston and Stahl that went deep to end it and give the victory to the Padres. Something that nobody, definitely not me, was expecting to be done, especially so easily. Looking at the numbers, it's Ollie Brown again. He must love Out of the Park Baseball 21. He is just playing well. 444 for this series, 3 RBIs with a home run. Bob Barden, 5 driven in. He hit 368. Colbert played well. Spezio did well. And Cito Gaston, 263 with 6 RBIs and 2 home runs. Great hitting there, unexpectedly by the Padres. Their pitching, pretty darn good as well. You can see Roberts there, 2-0 with 15 strikeouts, a .64 ERA. Outstanding. Phoebus, 6 innings of scoreless ball. Severinsen, 4 saves, doing an outstanding job out of the pen. Definitely an MVP candidate. Going from there, you can see Caldwell and Franklin struggled. Kirby also got a win and pitched very well. For the losing side, you can see here Craig Wilson, including a grand slam, had 7 RBIs and hit 300. Giles at 294, but only 1 RBI. Makowiak, 4 RBIs for him. And Aramis Ramirez at 250, only drove in 2. And that's it. Only 4 players driving in runs for the Pirates. They had very few leads in this series as in general, and really struggled. So you can see there from the numbers, they're pitching. You can see here Kip Wells actually pitched okay. Hard luck pitcher. He lost both his games and only had a 375. Mike Williams only pitched in a couple games and got hit a little bit. That's a surprise. Benson didn't do well in his start. Josh Fogg really got hammered, and Beamel also struggled in the pen. 2 losses for Kip Wells, as we mentioned. And in 5 games, it was all San Diego. The MVP, I'm going to go ahead and give it to Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts pitched outstanding in this series. He was 2-0. He went 14 innings, allowed only 1 earned runs, 15 Ks for him, 9.6 Ks per 9, and outstanding work, a whip of .71. So Dave Roberts, the MVP in my book, an excellent series. And also to be mentioned, Al Severinsen, 4 saves in his appearances. He closed every game, including the clincher. He deserves some credit as well. So that is a wrap, folks. It was the 1971 San Diego Padres, a team that lost 100 games, shocking the 2002 Pittsburgh Pirates in 5 games. Not that the Pirates were some kind of a powerhouse, but it's more about the Padres now. We've seen the 1969 team win a series and play great, and now we see the 71 team do similar work of winning a series. That's why we play these series. The unexpected happens. This was a fun one. The Padres stunning and getting the job done again. So Series 177 is over. Always a pleasure to have you with us. We're glad you can join us for this short time. And we hope very soon we get you back with us for Series 178. Historical Baseball Matchup is what the YouTube channel is known as, and we're very glad you're with us. So we'll catch up with you soon. Again, the Padres with the upset here today.